Hello, my dear students. Hope you all are fine. Yes, last time, in my last session, we studied about revaluation account, and we had a trick at the end. Yes, it is here in short. Revaluation account and balance sheet. If plus in balance sheet goes straight, if minus in balance sheet go cross on any of the side. There's no need to remember like that if it is on asset side, if it's on liability side, no need to remember like that. Just if plus straight, if minus cross. Indirectly you can say we are creating somewhat like M. Yes, alphabet M create kariye છીએ, somewhat like, not exactly. But what you have to remember, plus straight minus cross. Very quickly let's revise the concept. Why plus straight and minus cross? Okay, plus on asset side. If asset balance increased, it is our benefit, and benefit should be on credit side. Here it is your credit, it is your debit, or here this is your liability, this is your asset. So if your asset increased, it's a benefit, should be on credit side. If your asset decreased, it's a kind of loss, should be on debit side. If your liability increased, again it's a kind of loss, we have to pay more, so on debit side. And if your liability decrease, if you are fortunate enough, and if creditor said that you are going to have some rebate, you are in benefit, it is on credit side. Okay, with that let's continue with the practical question from the textbook. It is question number 10 given on page number 139. Question 10 right over here. Okay, page number 139. Now listen carefully. In this question, they gave you a balance sheet and few adjustments. Two simple trick I would like to give you before we start solving this question. First, in revaluation account, you are supposed to do entry only of adjustments. In revaluation account, only adjustment should take place. Why? Because in adjustments only they give some changing value. Okay, so what does it mean? Suppose in the question, in balance sheet, bills receivable is given rupees 20,000. Suppose balance sheet shows 20,000 on asset side for bills receivable. Now there is no instruction in the adjustments. What does it mean? It means the price, the value of bills receivable is not changing. And when there is no change, naturally there is no revaluation. Value is not changing, and when value is not changing, we are not supposed to write anything. Okay? So only adjustments are having effect in revaluation account. Is that clear? Second, assets and liabilities. Means if capital is getting changed, we are not supposed to do anything over here. Okay? If reserves are changing, we are not supposed to do anything over here. Is that clear? Good. In this question, question 10, they give you a balance sheet and few adjustments. Along with that, they told you to prepare journal entries and revaluation account. They told you to prepare journal entries and revaluation account. Yeah, I am reading the entire question, but bachche log, please do take care. I am going to read it only at once because now these are the lengthy questions. So if I read this question twice, almost half an hour spent for that, which is not good. Okay? So do concentrate from your end. In my words, at the same time, whether you are having hard copy of it or e-copy, that is soft copy, whatever it is, but do use it properly. Concentrate in words. Clear? At present, we are in this session, we are not doing journal entries. We are going to do, don't worry. We are not going to skip that portion. Okay? But the most important portion is revaluation account. Yes. I know that. When I am using these words that we are not doing journal entries, so many of you feel hush, feel relaxed. But no means don't feel relaxed. We are going to do journal entry. But at that time also, after doing journal entries, after completing it, you may feel even more relaxed. Oh, it's that easy? Yes. We are going to make our journal entries extremely simple. Extremely simple. How is it? For that, wait for next session. First of all, let me clear how to do revaluation account on the basis of data given to you. Okay? So be ready. I'm just reading the question and how to solve it that I am explaining. Here they say Rajesh, Pushpa and Pratibha are the partners of Srinathji Traders. Their P&L ratio is 2:3:1. Here P&L ratio is important. Yes, because you have to distribute profit or loss. You have to distribute profit or loss among the partners. Okay? Their firm's balance sheet as on 31/3/17 is as under. The entire balance sheet is given. Very quickly I am going through. You must go through in your own way. Liabilities side, capital of all three partners 2 lakh, 1 lakh and 2 lakh is given. Non-current liabilities, that is 10% bank loan. Don't take tension about the titles. At present, don't worry about the titles given to you. That is non-current liabilities and current liabilities and everything. Okay? 10% bank loan, 80,000. In current liabilities, creditors, 1,70,000, bills payable, 40,000, workers' profit sharing fund, 29,000, and outstanding expenses given to you, 10,000. Now, from the asset side, they give you non-current asset, that is fixed asset, what we say. Land, 1,80,000, building, 3 lakh, machinery, 1,20,000, investment, 40,000. In current assets, debtors 50,000, bills receivable 10,000, closing stock 35,000, bank balance 60,000, cash balance 30,000, and at the end, income receivable rupees 4,000. It's a normal balance sheet. nothing new. કોઈ જ નવી exceptional matter નથી. Now the adjustments along with some instructions. The old ratio is 2:3:1. Again, please do take care. You are supposed to follow only old ratio. Though new ratio will be given to you, you are not going to check it. By mistake, if you do it, the entries will be correct, but the distribution of profit or loss will be wrong for sure. So do take care. Only old ratio. Old is good always. At present, obviously, આપણે gold બોલીએ એટલે અમૂલ જ યાદ આવે છે, but actually old is good and we have to prepare old ratio only. As on about date of the balance sheet, partners decided to change P&L ratio to 1:1:1. As I say, they already give you new ratio also, 1:1:1. But we are not going to take it to consideration. On this date, they decided to revalue the assets and liabilities, for which information is as under. Now do concentrate. They decided to change the value of asset and liability. First of all, go through the question. The value of land is to be increased up to 2,50,000 and building value is to be increased by 50,000. Second, the value of machinery is to be decreased up to 80,000. Third, the value of investment is to be reduced by 30%. Value of investment is to be reduced by 30%. Fourth, provision for bad debt reserve at 20% and discount reserve at 5% is to be made on debtors. I think from the 11th concepts, you know that very well, what is bad debt reserve and what is discount reserve. Stock value of 15,000, good adjustment. Stock value of 15,000 is to be reduced by 20%. Stock value of 15,000 is to be reduced by 20%. An amount of 20,000 and amount of 20,000 is not to be paid to creditors. Is not to be paid to creditors. And rupees 3,000 for outstanding expense and 2,000 for income receivable are not recorded in the books. Total 7 adjustments you are having, but so many items given to you. Yes, do take care. The similar kind of things will be given, the similar kind of adjustments will be given to you in chapter 5 and 6. The only difference will be, here 3 partners are there. Over there, in admission, if 3 partners are there, they are admitting 4th as a new partner. If ABC are partner, they are going to admit D. Or if retirement is there, then ABC are partner and one of them, A, got retired. Okay? So that is the only change. Due to that, so many other things happen. But this thing will remain same. At present, whatever we are doing will remain 100% the same in chapter 5, chapter 6. So I am again saying that do concentrate to learn this. It will give you approximately 5 to 6 marks, because in both the questions are, first of all, it's very important because they are compulsory questions. You do not have any option. Question number 31, that is of chapter 5, admission. And question number 32, that is of chapter 6, retirement. Both the questions are compulsory, you do not have any option in it. And so, as well as both the questions are having first format, revaluation account, out of 4 formats. So again I am saying 100% concentration is must. Now what to do? You are just going to read the adjustments and do proper tick marks in your questions balance sheet. Yes. For example, first adjustment is connected with land and building. Initially both on asset side. So on asset side, land and building. Do a tick mark. You know what to do it. Just write the adjustment number and do a round like this. If you can check, yes, I can show you my book also that how we did it. You can check this. For here, it is clearly shown. Okay? Like this you have to do the tick marks. Is that okay? Sure. Good. It may be a little bit hazy, but for you, how to do it is more important than what to do it. Okay? First adjustment in land and building. Second adjustment, value of machinery. So machinery ma tick karo. Third adjustment, investment ma. Please do take care while doing tick marks. Don't go through the materialistic way. That machinery is decreased and investment is reduced. Don't go through it. Just do proper tick marks. Otherwise it may happen that you ticked at some wrong place. Okay? So investment, third adjustment, then provision for bad debt and discount reserve. So naturally on debtors, fourth adjustment. Fifth one, very good one, stock of 15,000 is to be reduced by 20%. So in closing stock. Sixth, amount of 20,000 not payable to creditors, must say thank you to creditors, should be on the liability side. Seventh adjustment, liability side you are already having creditors. Yeah, over there you have to do it. Seventh, 3,000 for outstanding expense and 2,000 for income receivable. Now outstanding expense is again a liability. On liability side, if you check your last item, it is outstanding expense. So do tick mark 7th adjustment over there. And on asset side, again if you check, your last item is income receivable. So again 7th adjustment over there. Is that clear? Sure. Now let's start doing this particular question. Very, very, very simple. What you are supposed to do, just follow this. Just follow this and you will have the clear-cut answers. Okay? Go through your balance sheet. Go through your balance sheet. Normally, we must start from liability side. Okay, you may see at so many places that they are doing in the chronological order of adjustments, but we will not do it. In this chapter it is okay, but we are not doing this particular format for this chapter. So I don't want you to remember two different methods. In chapter 4 we are doing in some different way. Chapter 5 and 6 some different. No, you know that it is my particular pattern that have only one method and constantly maintain the consistency of applying the same method. You know it very well. Great people, successful people never do so many things. Successful people, the secret behind their success, they will not do so many things, but they will do few things so many times. So they become the expert of it and achieve success. That's what we want. Okay? So from liability side we are going to start. Because in chapter 5 and 6 also, I am going to follow the same 100% same method. We are going to start from liability side. Clear? Let's start. What you are supposed to check? Only adjustments. Because only adjustments are having some changing value, and so it is to be recorded in revaluation account. On liability side they say capital. Now there is no change in capital. Bank loan. Again there is no change. Creditors. In creditors, 1,70,000 is the amount, and they said 20,000 not to be paid. Can I say minus on liability side, not to be paid? And when we are doing minus on liability side, cross. So it should be by creditors. Okay? 20,000. It's a ledger. So credit side by, debit side too is very, very common. Again, cross because minus sign. Acha, kadach if you are confused, you can think in that way also. That your payable was 1,70,000 and they said that 20,000 you are not going to pay. They allow. So is it your benefit or loss? Tamare ocha paid મધર ટંગ ગુજરાતીમાં સમજાવું તો કદાચ વધારે ઈઝી પડે એવું ઘણાને વેમ હોય. Those studying in English medium, believing in Gujarati. Take care. તમારે ઓછા પેડ કરવા પડે તો એ તમારો બેનિફિટ છે કે લોસ? Very, very simple. It's your benefit. Benefit always on credit side. Here, on the liability side, one more adjustment, outstanding expense. Here they said 3,000 for outstanding expenses are not recorded in books. Unrecorded always plus. Unrecorded always plus, whether it is asset, liability, expense, income, whatever it may be. Unrecorded means outstanding, and you know that very well. Outstanding always plus, advance always minus. Yes, I am using this word always, and I mean it. Okay? So plus on liability side, straight, because it is a kind of loss for us. So over here, 2 outstanding expense rupees 3,000. Is that clear? Just go through this at once, because minus plus બે concept એક વખત આવી ગયા, તમને પોતાનો આઈડિયા આવી જશે. You can easily come to know how to do it. Don't worry, I'm not giving the remaining sum in homework. Take care. Is there any problem? Liability side minus, liability side plus. Here we completed liability side because only 2 adjustments were there on liability side. Now on the asset side, so many adjustments, but when it's very easy, don't go for the quantity. First, land. The adjustment is the value of land is to be increased up to 2,50,000. Now take care. The land value is 1,80,000. And they said up to 2,50,000. 1,80,000 is given, and up to 2,50,000 you have to increase. Again, increase. Plus on asset side, straight, because it is a benefit for us. Should be on credit side. Okay? Buy land. How much? 70,000, because 1,80,000 was already there. Here what we are going to write, the change in value. We are not supposed to write new value. Okay? The change between new value and old value is to be recorded over here. Next one, that is building. Rupees 3 lakh is given, and they said it is increased by 50,000. See, in previous one, up to word is given. Here, by word is given. Do concentrate. Something strange but useful. When the word up to is given, again, it's a bit strange but useful. When the word up to is given, you have to write the difference of value. Land 1,80,000 is given. Increase up to 2,50,000. So the difference 70,000. And when the word buy is given, do write the same figure. Means if building is 3 lakh and they give you that increased by 50,000, you are supposed to write 50,000 because the new value will be 3,50,000. So by building 50,000. Is that clear? Up to kitu hoy, whenever up to word is there, you have to write the difference. Whenever by word is there, by word is there, you have to write the same amount. Machinery. Here 1,20,000 the value. They said the value of machinery is to be depreciated, decreased up to 80,000. Up to 80,000. Okay? So 1,20,000, 80,000 no difference. 40,000. Where it should be recorded? Where it should be recorded? You may say in revaluation account, and that I also know. But on which side? Go for the shortcuts. Just follow the rules. Machinery. On which side it is given? Asset side. Okay? When it's given on asset side, due to adjustment, it is reduced. Minus always cross. Clear? Should be on the debit side. Machinery 40,000. Is there any problem? I don't think so. There is anything. Still, if it is, do rewind the lecture. અહીંયાથી જ rewind કરી દેજો. Till end you are just sitting silently as if you are listening some pravachan. There's no value. You are going to understand this. You have to. Now willingly is great. Forcefully even better, because we don't have any alternate. So machinery, is that clear? Because I said up to 80,000. So 1,20,000, 80,000 difference 40,000. Then investment value is 40,000. They said value of investment is to be reduced by 30%. 30% reduced. Again, asset side minus cross to investment 30% of 40,000. Then debtors Two matters are there: bad debt reserve and discount reserve. Provision for bad debt reserve is 20%. Here the amount of debtors is 50,000. 20% bad debt reserve. Actually debtors minus 2 bad debt reserve. They say 20%. So naturally on 50,000, if you consider 20%, it will be how much? 10,000. Very simple. But the next topic is very important. Discount reserve. Here what they say, provision for bad debt reserve is 20% on debtors, and discount reserve of 5% is to be made. Here normally majority of the students committed mistake. They did 5% on 50,000, which is wrong. What to do? I'm explaining over here. Debtors. Here it ends. Debtors, how much? 50,000. You also do the same thing, not like this, but in your book, you also do the same thing. So, afterwards, if you want to revise, no need to go through the entire lecture for the small topic. 50,000. Here, bad debt is not given, you know the format. So, less bad debt reserve 10,000. So, the amount remaining 40,000. Now they say 5% discount reserve. So less discount reserve on debtors 5% of 40,000. If you do 5% of 50,000, it will be 2,500. But actually it is 2,000. And see, you know that very well because I discussed this so many times. But whenever you are committing a mistake, a calculating error like this, which is actually the conceptual error, instead of calculating on 40,000, you calculate directly on main amount, which is a conceptual error. But if you made such an error in any of the adjustment, the problem is your balance sheet will get tallied. Yes, it is a problem. Normally, when balance sheet will get tallied, આપણને એક્ઝામ હોલમાં પેંડા દેવાનું મન થાય. Wow, my balance sheet will get tallied. Because out of 100, 5 students are there only, 5% students for whom it's a normal, regular matter. That in majority of the questions, their balance sheet will get tallied. For the entire remaining 95% students, it's an exceptional matter. And for very few students, it's an occasional matter. Occasion. તહેવાર મનાવવો પડે. Balance sheet tally થઈ ગઈ. Yeah. I experienced that kind of students. Normally, that students are falling between 55 marks to 75 marks. When they get 1 or 2 questions balance sheet tallied, after coming back, after returning from board exams, from their even parents' cell phone, they called me. When I asked, "Beta, what about the paper?" "Sir, everything else, my balance sheet get tallied. બાકી બધું પછી મારું balance sheet tally થઈ ગયું." It's an occasion, તહેવાર મનાવો. But take care. Sometimes it's an illusion. Yeah, balance sheet is correctly tallied. But correctly means mathematically correct. That on both this side, without doing anything gimmicks, trick, the answer will be same. But may be possible the actual answer is somewhat different and your answer is somewhat different. Okay? Later on, I will explain the same. I will explain the same when we are going to do a question with revaluation account and balance sheet, both. In the same question, we are going to draw both and we are going to solve. At that time I will explain that if you are committing this kind of error, still, though there is an error in revaluation account, in profit and loss, in balance sheet, still your balance sheet amount will be equal. Because all the adjustments are having two effect. And when on both this side, same mistake we do, the answer will get tallied. Okay? We discuss later on. Here, is there any problem? It must be on 40,000 only. 2,000. Again, we are deducting it. So on the debit side, 2 discount reserve on debtors, rupees 2,000. Is it okay? Next topic, next point. See, here in balance sheet it is given this receivable, but we are not going to consider because we are considering only adjustments. After debtors, closing stock, a good adjustment, take care. Here the amount of closing stock is 35,000, balance sheet value. But what they said in adjustment, stock value of 15,000 is to be reduced by 20%. Value of 15,000 to be reduced by 20%. Okay? So by mistake, if you do 20% of this entire 35,000, again the mistake, and again the same adjustment mistake, so balance sheet will get tallied but wrongly. Stock value of 15,000 reduced by 20%. Stock, an asset, reduced. So, cross to stock 3,000. How it will come? 15,000 into 20%. Very, very simple. Okay? No need to show this up. Just to make you clear. I am doing this. For you people, okay, present you must do it, but in exams, such brackets are not needed. Then income receivable, 4,000. Income receivable, 4,000. And they say in adjustment, 2,000 for income receivable are not recorded in the books. 2,000. Income receivable, an asset. Not recorded means unrecorded. Unrecorded always plus. Plus always straight. So on credit side, by outstanding income, rupees 2,000. Here we end all the adjustments which we ticked out in our balance sheet. Now again an important instruction. Don't feel relaxed, because here all the adjustments related to balance sheet we covered. You have to check. Yes, in 11th also I give you the same instructions. You have to check whether any adjustment is having self tick mark. Self tick mark. Is there anything? If yes, so we have to do an entry over here. Condition applied. It should be either liability or an asset. Okay? Suppose here, if an adjustment is given related to say loose tools, which is not given in the balance sheet, if they give you that loose tools of rupees 10,000 not recorded in the books, or let's say vehicles, vehicles of rupees 10,000 not recorded in the books. Let's take furniture, because these are not given in the balance sheet. If any adjustment is like that, you have to do a tick mark in adjustment itself and must have an entry over here. Okay? But in this question, we are not having anything. Just giving you 10-15 seconds. Go through the adjustment properly. Check this tricks. Trick given to you is very simple. Asset and liability. Asset plus straight, liability straight minus cross. At the same time, just check all these things properly. Okay? Very quickly, what you have to do, just go through the adjustment with the calculator in hand, do the calculation. If you have any problem, just do a proper tick mark. Is that clear? On credit side, you must have 4 items. That is 20,000 of creditors, 70,000 of land, 50,000 of building, and outstanding income of 2,000. On debit side, 3,000 of outstanding expense, 40,000 of machinery because it is reduced, investment also reduced, so 12,000 of investment, bad debt reserve 20%, we did calculations also, you can go through it. Discount reserve 2,000 and stock of 15,000 reduced by 20%. So here the everything materialized. Now what to do? Very simple. Now it's almost over. What do you have to do? You have to do the totals. In the same way, like we are doing in all the ledgers. Whichever side's total is bigger, you have to do it first. Here, obviously on this side, by looking at the amount, you can check 70 and 50. No one can beat it. So on credit side, the total is bigger. Obviously, 20 plus 70, 90 plus 50, 140 plus 2. So the overall total of credit side must be 1,42,000. 1,42,000. The same total must be on the debit side. 1,42,000. Is it clear? Now debit side. 43 plus 12 comes to 55, 65, 70. From 1,42,000, if we deduct 70, the answer is 72,000. Is it clear? Credit side total is bigger, so benefit gain is bigger than the loss, so the difference is known as profit. So here what you have to write in revaluation account, what you have to write? Nothing new, just profit, but we are transferring to partners capital account. So to partners capital account, profit we can write. In old ratio, take care. What is the old ratio? Do check it. The new ratio is 1:1:1. But their old ratio is 2:3:2. The name in chronological order, Rajesh, then Pushpa, and Pratibha. Okay? Distribute them. 72,000 distribute between them in 2:3. 3:1. Total ratio is 6. So 24,000, 36,000 and 12,000. Overall total 72,000. Check two times because this is one of the most important portion in chapter 5 and 6. Again I am saying I don't want anything in chapter 4. But if you committing even a single mistake, now let me tell you, this profit, listen carefully, Janti, this profit we are going to transfer in partner's capital account. I am talking about chapter 5 and 6 both. Being my same process. First you have to draw this format. You have to draw all 4 formats, but doing total and getting the answer. Now this amount we are going to transfer in capital account. In capital account we are going to do the totals. Difference we may have to transfer in cash or in balance sheet. Then balance sheet will get ready. Now you imagine if you made a mistake over here. This total is wrong. Make sure that the difference answer will be wrong. When this answer will be wrong, you are going to transfer. Let's say instead of 72 over here, you get 70,000. Somehow the problem is. So you transfer 70,000 in capital account. The difference of capital account is also wrong. You transfer that wrong difference in balance sheet or cash account. That also will be wrong. And if you committed mistake in any of the adjustment and doing second effect of it, your balance sheet will get tallied. But all 4 formats are basically wrong. All 4 formats. Over here, instead of on 15,000, if you committed a mistake and calculate 20% of entire amount, 35,000, you will get 7,000 over here. When 4,000 more is there on debit side, profit is 4,000 less. I think subjection. Here 68,000. And you are distributing it. This wrong amount you are transferring to partner's capital account, opposite. Now see the difference. Partner's capital also 4,000 less overall because this is 4,000 less. Transfer to Sambarjo 4,000 more over here. So 4,000 less. So in capital 4,000 less. The difference of capital account transfer to balance sheet liability side because it is capital. Okay? Liability side 4,000 less. And on asset side, instead of deducting 3,000, you reduced 7,000. So asset side 4,000 less. Overall balance sheet will get tallied. You will wow. It's a wow feeling. But you will not get marks. Maybe 2, maybe 3 marks. Because this is wrong, capital account is wrong, balance sheet is wrong, and still you are expecting 7, 7.5 out of 8. Not at all possible. So please do take care. Please do take care. Do give maximum importance to revaluation account. Okay? Follow the tricks. It will not be given anywhere in the book. You can check in your own way. It's very, very easy. Do proper working note if needed for you, not needed in exams. Atyare, to clear the concepts, this kind of working notes are needed. Even this kind of. Okay? And then, at the end, still if you are having problem, definitely you can either rewind the lecture, and after rewinding the lecture, reviewing the lecture, still if any doubts, just do the proper tick marks and can call me, can message me, or when we meet, can solve it personally. But better option to solve it as early as possible, because on this basis we are going to continue for next questions. Okay? It is the first question of revaluation. We will do journal entry on the same basis of the same question in my next session.